So Lucifer came to visit me in the flesh, and I'm going to talk about it. So if that triggers you, then it probably shouldn't if you're a Christian. So this encounter happened in Nashville probably, I don't know, I want to say like 7 to 8 months ago. I was in Nashville for work, and I was staying at this hotel that I always stay at. It's called the Joseph, downtown Nashville. And I was getting ready to check out and come home because I live a few hours away from Nashville. So everything was fine. I got my bags. I walked to the elevator. I got in the elevator. I always give way too many details. So I get in the elevator and I start going down, and the elevator stops, like abruptly stops at a floor. So I'm just like, okay, somebody's gonna get on the elevator. And before the doors even opened, I, in every part of my body, started to feel fear. And I'm not somebody who's like, I'm not afraid of like people or men or anything like that, but I just started to like get this extremely uneasy feeling before the doors even opened. And the doors open, and there's a man standing in front of me, like a physical man standing in front of me, and he makes eye contact with me. And as he made eye contact with me, I have never experienced fear the way that I felt fear in that moment. And I had no idea why. So at the moment I had no idea, like, oh, this is Lucifer. In the moment I was just, my feet felt cemented to the floor of the elevator, and my body was frozen. I could not move. I was so fearful that it felt like the fear, like my blood and my cells and my bones were just made of fear, and it was just radiating out of me. I could hardly breathe. It was like the strangest experience. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. So he walks onto the elevator, and I am doing everything that I can. I don't want to make eye contact with him. I am praying, like, please don't let him talk to me. Don't let him look at me. Like, I don't know who this person is, but I felt like prey. Like, it was like a prey drive. Like, there's a predator and I'm the prey, which again, I have never felt ever before. So the elevator doors closed, and we still had a few, like, I was high up, so we still had a few floors to go down. And the doors close, and I'm standing there, and I'm just staring at the ground, and he's next to me on my left. And all of a sudden, I hear, right before the doors open to the lobby where I could leave, it felt like this elevator ride was an hour long, but right before the doors opened, in my mind, this man said, "Hello, Ashley." And it like echoed in my being. And he never spoke with his mouth. All I heard was, "Hello, Ashley." And as I was getting ready to walk out of the elevator, he said, "Hell knows your name." So I sprint out of that elevator. The doors open, and as soon as I could squeeze through, I was just didn't look back, didn't say anything, went to my car, got my car, and started driving home. Now, when these things happen, especially when they're new and they're not like, you're not, at that point I was pretty new with my spiritual sight and everything that was going on. I was pretty new. So I got into my car and I sort of just explained it away. I was like, no, that was weird. That was a fluke. That didn't happen. I imagined it, like whatever it was. I got home and I told my husband, I was like, I think that I just met Lucifer. And he was like, you know, was it a demon? Was it like, what? And I was like, no, in the person. So this man was wearing a custom, like, blue suit, like a royal blue suit, totally custom. He was a very attractive older man, probably in his 50s. He had his hair slicked back. He was very much looked like a businessman. So I forgot about it for like a week or so, but it was always in the back of my mind, like, what was that? What was that? So I started asking God. I was like, what was that? Like, was that what I think it was? And he was telling me, yes, that's who you thought it was. And I just couldn't, you know, when you need like 15 confirmations, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it could have been any guy, like whatever. And then over the course of the next few weeks on TikTok, I saw probably 3 or 4 videos, and it was people who were explaining or talking about times and experiences they've had where Lucifer has come to them in the flesh. And every single experience was the same. Every single experience, he looked the same. They felt the same. It was like a predator versus prey, a fear that is unexplainable and for no reason at all. And he doesn't really speak, or he speaks telepathically. And I started realizing that that was what happened. And God kept telling me, yes, that's what happened. Like, why do you need more and more answers? But I feel like we're all like that. But anyway, eventually, after a few months of just like praying about this and thinking about this, I asked God, eventually I was like, why? Like, why? I'm just little old Ashley. So what does Lucy Goosey have against me? Like, you know, I'm not doing anything. And he said, you are doing things. You know, I don't know. I don't announce this on TikTok, but I work in deliverance. So if you don't know what deliverance is, I cast demons out of people. So I've had experiences with Lucifer in deliverance sessions, but never Lucifer embodying a person in the flesh, that I could reach out and touch and like physically see with my eyes. I kept thinking, like, why? Like, what about me is so threatening to the kingdom of hell that Lucifer has to come and tell me that hell knows my name? And I think if you look at Phoenix's most recent post, that will probably likely explain it.
Sziasztok! Az imént látott videót egy paranormális és különös dolgokkal foglalkozó Facebook oldalon találtam, és készítettem hozzá egy jól érthető fordítást. Gondoltam, itt az oldalamon is közzéteszem ezt a beszámolót, mert hitelesnek tartom, és szerintem a lány nem hazudik. Nekünk ide nagyon is releváns a téma, mert a lány egy az egyben úgy írja le Lucifert, ami a leggyakoribb ábrázolása. Elegáns, vonzó külső, hátrasimított haj, ami általában hosszú és szőke vagy fehér. Nagyjából úgy, mint a magas szőke nordikus idegenek, akik a nyilvánosságra hozatali aktákban is szerepelnek 3 másik idegen faj mellett. Viszont szerintem ezek mind a negatív oldalhoz tartozó fajok, a nordikok csak azért kerültek oda, mert ők a valódi bábmesterek a háttérben, akik ritkán mutatkoznak az emberek között, és elvileg nem is a felszínen élnek. A videóban az Ashley nevű lány szerint Lucifer személyesen őt kereste valamiért, de szerintem ez a találkozás véletlenszerűen történt. A férfi megérezte a félelmét, és csak játszadozott vele azzal, hogy szándékosan ráijesztett. A történet azonban nagyon érdekes abból a szempontból, hogy vadászösztönt érzett a lány a férfi közelében. Rejtett kéz is megemlíti, hogy van egy agresszív, hódító földönkívüli szövetség, amit Orion birodalomnak nevez, és vadásznak az emberekre. Orion pedig egyenlő Nimroddal, aki a nagyvadász.
Az izmunk
a vadászaitok?
Igen, ők a ragadozóink, de nagyon jól irányíthatóak az én kasztom. A szellemi képességek fejlesztésére koncentrált.